Hey guys, what's going on out there this afternoon? It's Brent Abel here, WebTennis.com. Another episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. Hope you're having a great day so far, wherever you are. And yeah, this is live today. First time we've gone live in a few days. I've been recording some pre-records daily for you for a few days. Had a tournament. Maya and I won the national husband-wife grass courts here at the Mission Hills Country Club a couple days ago. Today's Saturday. That was on Thursday. Started last week early. And so, yeah, this match is conflicted with our match times and that thing. So we're back live today. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. Beautiful day here in the Southern California desert. And had a great 2-hour workout this morning with the fellows on one of the grass court 10. And yeah, when I'm done here today, going to go back out in the grass with my bag of 50 balls. Hit some serves, do some sprints, do all that good stuff. Just keep the physical part of tennis, the tennis-specific fitness thing going. Always important. But we are here for the Tennis Mindset Project, right? And look, we're going to get into it today. I've got a quote here from the great James Clear, who wrote the equally great book, Atomic Habits. If you've not picked up that book and you haven't gone through that thing, well, first of all, if you haven't picked it up, you got to get it. If you have picked it up and you haven't read it, start. And if you've read it once or twice, keep going. Just keep reviewing that thing. I mean, I've read that book probably half a dozen times. I'm going through it now more with all the notes that I've made on my iPad. But even if you've got, the book, the paper version of it, and you're making notes, underlining all that stuff, I just think it's really important to go back in there. Maybe you're not like me. I mean, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. When I need to learn something, I'm telling you, I got to go back over and over and over again until it really gets clear in my mind. Other people are different, but that's the way it is for me. So anyway, look, before we get started on today's title, which is Your Results Are a Lagging Measure of Your Habits, let's kind of go to, hold on, where are we here? I know it's up here somewhere. Let's see. Aha, there she blows right there. Okay. Look, every day, what's the right shot? Daily, 8 a.m. Pacific. If you're brand new to Web Tennis, hey, thanks for joining in and finding me. I do 2 shows a day. Usually they're live, but as I just said before, occasionally it's a pre-record. What's the right shot? Daily, 8 a.m. Pacific time zone. And really, what's the right shot is based on 2 things. Number 1, shot choice. Where do you want the ball to land over there? And then number 2, where do you want to move to next on the court to enhance that shot choice that you just made? And look, it's a fun way to learn about how to play the game rather than just going and trying to hit better and better topspin forehand or whatever, which, okay, you might get a little better with the topspin forehand, but that does not teach you how to be able to play the game of tennis. So I cherry pick off a video, a point, maybe from a match I play, is either singles or doubles or someone else. And I just show you 1 point. And right before one of the players plays their shot, I pause the video and ask you, the viewer, what do you think is the right shot? And we kind of chat it up a little bit, right? And we get kind of the comments area, the comment section going, chat area going. And I ask you, what do you think is the right shot in terms of those 2 things? Shot choice. Where do you want to land over there? And where do you want to move to next? That's every morning, 8 a.m. Pacific. So look, let's talk about your results are a lagging measure of your habits. And to me, tennis is really just a game of habits. And they can be good habits. They can be mediocre habits. They can be lousy habits. And if you think about really what are the pillars of the game, we're talking about stroke technique. All right. Well, my belief is that the minimalist stroke technique is better, meaning that if we bring too much unnecessary swing tech to, let's say, a forehand, it just gets in the way of us being consistent, right? So a really good habit is to try to minimize and pare away what's the unneeded in terms of swing tech. Number 2 is going to be tactical focus, right? And tactical focus is usually a great habit is being able to, rather than thinking, well, I'm going to go out there and play my game, a great tactical focus is let's probe and find out what it is that player, number 1, is really good at. And let's just avoid that. They got a great forehand. Great. We'll just direct shots away from that. Maybe they got a weak shot over there. Okay, fine. If we find that, we'll just pick at it. Or maybe it's a court movement thing, right? Maybe they move great side to side, but not so great up and back, right? Well, that's a good habit in terms of tactical focus, and being clear on that in terms of, well, let's practice that from time to time. So if we need to in a match, that we can bring that out. Other great habits are going to be, obviously, the mindset skill stuff is huge, absolutely huge. I used to be the poster boy for bad habits with the mental stuff, right? Screaming and yelling, angry, pissed off, throwing rackets here and there, dumb. I was great at all the other stuff, right? I had pretty good stroke technique. I could kind of figure out what a guy liked or didn't like. And I was good with kind of the fourth thing, which was fitness. I was fit. I could do all that stuff. And I was good with experiences, right? I was getting out there playing a lot of, being practicing a ton and playing a lot of tournaments, but I was missing the mental part in terms of the good habits. So one of those 5 areas right there, if you've got a bad habit in one of them, it's going to hold you back. So the game really should be a focus on, all right, well, what do I have to do to create the good habits in those 5 things? And look, the results that you get are a lagging measure of your habits, meaning that I wasn't getting great results. I was getting a little bit better, but I was never one of the top guys in my age group because I never really had the mental stuff figured out. And because of that, a lagging measure means that, it's over time, right? Okay. And I decided that, okay, well, I got to get better at the mental stuff, right? I tried this and that, never really worked because I gave up on it too quickly. Kind of went back to my old habits. And the lagging measure is just because you decide that, well, I'm going to get a little bit better at the forehand, topspin, ground stroke by eliminating some stuff that's getting in the way. And you do that for a few days. Okay, well, maybe 2 or 3 days down the road, you have a couple of good shots. But what happens is it just takes longer than that to get into your game. And if you're looking for the quick fix on this stuff, it just doesn't work. It's the same thing with all the other pillars of the game, is that the habits that you create take time for the results to show up. And so for me, once I decided I really had to commit to the mindset part of the game, the mental skills required to be a really competitive player, I had to develop some habits. And those habits for me didn't take too long, but it was a good month or 2 before I changed my way of thinking, right? Just stopped, just stopped with kind of the anger, and really just decided I wanted to habituate a different way of thinking, a different way of responding to, a tough opponent, a different way of mentally responding to a really close match. And it took time, right? In the beginning, I was kind of hoping this would be like a light switch and just kind of work automatically. Okay, I did some good stuff today. Is it ready tomorrow? No, it's a lagging measure, right? The results take time. And that's the whole phrase there, of a lagging measure of your habits, either good or bad. So you got to really take stock in terms of those 5 pillars that I just talked about. Are you paring away unneeded stroke technique? Are you creating that good habit in terms of doing that so that you can be a much more consistent shot maker? Are you really are you really creating good habits in terms of trying to be smart about probing what works over there with your opponent and what doesn't work, and just give them a steady diet of what doesn't work, right? Or find a pattern over there that actually feeds them, or where that pattern feeds into your best stuff, right? But you got to be smart about this. You just can't force feed your plan A just because you feel like it. Might be feeding the beast over there, right? So you've got to probe, and that's a great habit. The mindset stuff, right? I've got a 28-day program. It's down below in the description area. You get a link to it. Go check it out. I invite you to check it out and get signed up for it. It's a 28-day program. It's going to teach you 5 habits that, for me, have made a huge difference. I mean, I started this about 18 months ago, right? And in less than 18 months, about 15 months, I've won 10 more national titles. It took me 40 plus years to win 11. And that was without doing the mindset stuff. And once I got into the mindset stuff, those 5 habits, 10 more national titles, a world doubles title, year-end ranking last year, 2023, number one in the U.S. in both singles and doubles, number one in the world, the ITF in doubles, and number 3 in singles. So there's no question that this stuff works. Fitness. If you're trying to become a better player and you're carrying around extra baggage, extra pounds, that's a bad habit if you want to get better. If you don't care about that, then that's fine. But don't expect to get good at the other 4 things. And if you're bad at, the kitchen, or you're bad at the fitness thing, those are habits that are going to show up in your results. And then the final thing, again, is going to be experiences. Are you practicing enough? Are you playing enough practice sets? Are you entering enough tournaments? Are you playing league stuff on a regular basis? Are you playing enough matches that count in terms of the results are being made public? And if you're doing that on a regular basis, that's a really good habit, because I'm telling you, just drilling all by itself or just practicing doesn't teach you really who you are on the court, and it doesn't give you enough experiences in terms of enough different opponents out there in different venues and different conditions of how to play the game. Look, you come to me and say, well, look, I'm playing 5 days a week. I'm playing 5 different guys at my club. Okay, how long have you been doing that? Well, about 10 years. God dang it. Look, you're getting the same thing every day of the week, and you've become so comfortable with who you're playing against. Those are really not experiences that count, right? So look, all that said, your results, and we know what the results are. We either want good results or we certainly don't want bad results, right? And it's just a lagging measure of your habits, good or bad. Let's make them all good. Look, guys, if you want to do some private one-on-one coaching, want to take this to the next step, really dig in. I do offer some coaching, some private one-on-one coaching. We do it either online with video conferencing and or on the court as well. And so, look, if you're interested in seeing what I've got to offer, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. I'm going to send you a link. It's for a 15-minute free call, and I'll show you the program. You can tell me where you're at with your game. I'll show you the program I've got to help get you to where you are right now, to where you want to go, whatever your goal is. See if it's a good fit. You can make that decision during those 15 minutes if you feel that this might be a good thing for you or not. Either way it's up to you. Guys, that's it for me today. As always, hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully it was helpful for you. If you want to leave, hey, Chris, what is going on there, young man? Good to hear from you. Glad you joined in today. But got a little distracted there with the great Chris Hickson. Anyway, guys, if you want to leave a comment, I'd love to respond to you. And if you want to make the conversation private, you can always do that, brent@webtennis.com. So look, it is time. We got to get out there. We got to help another human being have a great rest of the day today. Guys, thanks for hanging out. And until next time, make it a great day. See you next time.